Good morning. My name is Parth Prakash Kumar Patel, and today I'm going to present about HRMT 20029, and my assignment is second assignment and presentations. And today I'm going to present about the comparative analysis of the employment relations system. And um, my the main purpose of the presentations is the conduct the comparison of the state role in employment relation in South Korea and Japan. And when I talk more about the South Korea and Japan, uh, understand how the government policy impact on the labor market, worker rights, and the employer helps to identify the best practice, yeah, and area of the improvements. I will explain all the things in my presentation, and there are some overview of my presentation which are involved in my overall presentations. First of all, country selection and relations, how the Japan and South Korea are interconnect. The second is thing is overview of the state roles. Third is detailed assignments of the South Korea and Japan. Fourth is institutional framework, which institute involved in their work rights and their roles. Fifth, impact on stakeholder. Sixth, future trade and recommendations. Next is country selections. When we talk about Japan and South Korea, they both are opposite involvement in their country. And if we talk about Japan, Japan has a stable system, and it also insight on the aging workforce, work-life balance, emphasize on the lifelong employment. However, the South Korea is more emphasis on rapid economic growth, recent labor reform, and dynamic labor market, and focus on work rights. The next is overview of the state roles. The state roles in employment relation involve the government regulation facility and monitoring of the labor market and employment practice. And there are some labor law regulation and inventory and institutional. If we talk about the labor law, governing employments, contracts, wages, working hours, and working rights, they are more emphasized on the all the things, and they are also regulations ensuring frame treatment, safe standard, and they are also inventory such as the minimum wages policy, unemployment benefits, job creation program. And some institutional, they are also focused on the agency enforcing labor law and mediation disputes. Next is uh, Japan state roles assignments. Japan has a highly influence in maintain and traditional employment practice and labor law and regulation. There are labor standard. They are focused on government conditions. They are focused on the labor wages, and they are marked on the labor working hours. Employment contracts. They have also decide the employment regulation terms and employment contracts. And equal employment opportunity. They are also focused on equal opportunity for the labor, and all the things are impact on their worker and their employers. Workers, worker has the strong job security, emphasize on the lifelong employment and benefits. And there are also some challenge includes long working hours and limit flexibility. Employer impact on employer, stable in workforce, high employer loyalty, and they have also challenge with the adapting of the modern labor practice and managing aging workforce. Next, South Korea. And South Korea, their roles and regulations. They have a labor standard acts. Government also focus on the government wages, working hours, and condition. And they are also establish the minimum wages level. There were some relations, regulation, union activity, and collecting bargaining. And they have also some impact on their employer and employees. If we talk about employer, improve working condition, high minimum wages, and strong labor rights, but uh, face jobs insecurity and high work pressure. And impact on employers, increase the compliance requirement, higher labor cost, but benefit from the more flexible labor market and skilled workforce. Next, institutional framework. If we talk about a particular country, they have some different types of institutional frame. They are uh, they are uh, uh, they are mostly work on their employment relation, refer to standard system of the law, regulation, and organize that govern labor market and workplace practice. Labor ministry, labor union, and regulator agency, and employer association. They are all are working for their employer and employees. For such as a labor ministry, they are also they are also emphasize on the employment policy and regulation. Regulatory agency enforce the labor laws and ensure the compliance. Labor unions are represent the work interest and engage to in collective bargaining, and employer association avoid for the employer interest and provide a guidance to complaints. And there are some institutional for the Japan, such as the Ministry Health, Labor and Welfare. They are also focused on their employer and employees' health. Public Employment Security Office. They provide employment service, job matching, and unemployment benefit. Labor Standard Inspection Office. They are enforce the labor standard, conduct the workplace inspection, and handle the labor disputes. And Japan Business Federal. They are represent the employer interests, provide a guidance to complain, and engaging in the policy, etc. South Korea institutional frame analysis. There are also some institutional for the South Korea, such as the Ministry Employer and Labor. They are focused on the labor law and promote the fair labor practice. National Labor Relation Commission. They are also enforced on the labor disputes and the collective bargaining and ensuring the compliance with the labor law. The Korean Labor Institute conduct the research on the provide recommendation and labor issue and policy. Federal of the Korean Trades Union. They represent the worker and interest engaging to collecting bargaining and avoid the labor rights. Next, impact on the some stakeholders. There are some impact on the stakeholders. Influence on the stakeholders, workers. If we talk about the workers, they have a job security, fair wages, working conditions. On employers, they have a complaint cause, labor relation, productivity, union, collective bargaining powers, and represent government. Government also emphasize on the policy and economic stables. There are some implements which are involved in the that overall involvement, such as the workplace dynamic, power balance between the worker and employer, negotiation process, collecting bargaining, etc., and conflict resolution mechanism. That's it. And impact on a stakeholder evolution Japan. There are some impact on their employer, employees, and union and governments. If we take about worker, they have a better job security, other benefits, work-life balance. And if we talk about their employer impact on employer, they have a complaint cost, labor flexibility, productivity, etc. And unions. The union are also focused on collecting bargaining influence, worker representative representations. Moreover, government also enforce the new policy for their worker. They are also economic stables, etc. And we talk about the South Korea impact on South Korea. The worker have improved the rights, job security, working condition, and the impact on the employers of the South Korea. They have a complaints of challenging labor costs, operational flexibility, and the South Korea unions are also bargaining power, and the government of the South Korea also enforce the policy and economic growth. And there are some future trends and recommendations. Uh, there are new technology advancement. Technology will change the employment practice, needs, and labor law. Apart from that, and working workplace flexibility. Demand for the flexibility work will sharp the labor regulations, and uh, moreover, the recommendations. Japan labor law modernize regulation to match technology and work environment changing. It would be more beneficial for the Japan, and also implement policy for conduct the practice of the older worker, and enhance the worker protection. Its benefits for the all workers. And we talk about this for future trends for the Japan, and they are also aging workforce, focus on policy to support their elder employment, technology advancement, adapt a adapt a labor law for the remote work, and GIG economy, and some recommendations such as a flexible retirement policy. It would be implement optional to keep the older worker in labor force longer, update labor laws, including provide a remote and GIG economy worker. Some South Korea future trade and recommendations. If we talk about South Korea future trades, labor market flexibility. In these trends, the South Korea effort to balance job security with the market flexibility, digital economics, support for the GIG and platform worker, workforce development, emphasize on the lifelong learning and reskilling. Recommendations: enhance the social protective protections, promote the lifelong learner, encourage the flexible working arrangement, etc. And here is my referencing, which are involved in my overall project. Thank you.